So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you, look, we're revising now because we know the information, right? We've been through it, and you guys have demo it as well. By the way, Nicole, really good article. I love this. I just love it. Every one of us comes up with such a great idea on articles, and people who have no connection to CRM that just read these articles and they think they're great. um, and I think that's awesome, really, because we come up with something new. In the industry, everyone comes up with really technical articles, and they're boring, and they're like about, I know, bricks or pallets or water bottles, or step-by-step instructions. But what we do, we bring some personality into it, and we show that this is how we do it, and it's going to be interesting and fun. And Nicole's articles is going to be really, really good. I'm still editing it. It's a little bit of work editing it as well, because I need to put all the tags around it and everything else, so it's a bit of work for me as well. But I'll do it, and I'll probably get it out tomorrow, and I'll broadcasting and everything. The other thing that I wanted to mention, so Nicole knows this because both her and her husband are very good at the social things. They just know how to point out the obvious. They know how to say, I'm doing that and it's cool. And they post it on LinkedIn and Twitter and everything. And I think that's great. I'm not very good with that. So well done, Nicole, always doing that. Um, and thank you for doing that, by the way, because it does raise awareness. And then I guess this is how I got Neil helping us in the first place, by seeing all the cool things that we're doing. So what we're going to do, I'm going to tell you, look, until next time, until Tuesday, we are revising sales territories. Then we are revising currencies, and then we are revising how all these fit together, right? So how they fit together is actually very important with our exams. So I will give you the links from DLP, because I hope everyone has access to DLP now. And you look at the videos from DLP, and then we'll have a way of seeing these videos. And also we've got the open source materials from Microsoft. Yeah, you can see now, sound the video great. Because I'm on a guest network, so and it might be weird in this office. And then what we can do after revising the DLP materials, and then the Microsoft materials, and then the articles, because I wrote articles as well that show step by step. In the next session, so on Tuesday, what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask questions. So you guys will be responsible of seeing these links. Of course, I'll send you all of the links that you have to revise. So you're gonna be responsible of seeing the videos, both on DLP and on the open source Microsoft Academy, training courses. And then you'll have to read the articles as well, because they are very useful, because they give you a step by step. Then possibly try and do it in Dynamics as well. And then on Tuesday, when it comes to Tuesday, we're gonna take questions, both Neil and I. And with questions, I'm sure we'll get to where we have to be with regards to our exams. And we've got all this material helping us. In the end, there are 6 major subjects. So if we can do around 1.5 for each session, then we'll be ready by the end of the month. And I'm saying, no. You will ask us questions. So we won't ask questions. This is not a test because we don't know what questions to ask. So you guys will revise all the materials. I'll give you the links and everything else, and then you'll ask questions, because sometimes, even though it's on the training course and it's a step by step or anything else, something has changed with the new version, and you might ask, oh, it doesn't really work like that, or I don't understand how to do it, or I don't understand the sense of this subject or the other subject. And then hopefully we'll be able to answer you. And if we're not, because it is possible that we're not going to be able to answer you because we're humans and we don't know everything in the universe, we are going to come back with answers in over the emails. So I know that it is possible that you're gonna have a lot of work to do, but this is something that would have happened anyway. This is a real exam. It's like a university exam, but a bit bigger, because there's a lot more to learn, and there's some work that you guys will have to put into it, as well. But I'm confident. I'm confident because we've been through all of these sessions, and we know what we're talking about. So that's the plan, and I will email you after the session with the subjects that we're gonna go through until next week. And then on Tuesday, we've got a Q&A session, right? A question and answers, and both Neil and I will try to answer you guys. And then on Thursday, what we've got, we're gonna have a guest again. So our guest will be Anna McIntyre from my company. She's the marketing manager. So Anna will teach us how to build a CV, how to present ourselves in the interview, what skills to pay attention to, how to build up soft skills, how to survive in a men's world, because it is a men's world, and you will feel like they're only talking about football, and they're only talking about I don't want to say guy stuff, but really going out to have beers and stuff like that. And you will feel that you're not within the group. So she's gonna try and explain how to deal with that and how to raise any issues, because it is possible that we'll have issues. I know people in the interview, and I was interviewing them, and with another person, a male person, and this guy who came for an interview, he wouldn't even look at me. So he wouldn't look at me. He would only answer my colleagues' questions, and of course he wasn't hired. Or we had stuff like, oh, are you planning to get pregnant and have children, which is totally illegal. So no one's allowed to ask you that. Or even if you have kids, or if you're planning, whatever it is, they're not allowed to ask you that. And you have to be aware of these things, because it's not fair to be discriminated against, really. And sometimes, without even noticing, they are biased towards us. They will have cool nicknames for the guys, or they will talk about girls, or they would talk about going out, and you won't be included, and you'll have to learn how to deal with that, in technology. So Anna will teach us all about that, because she's been in those situations. Or even if it's a night out and it's informal, but that there's a guy who's not as appropriate and as they should be, again, another flag. We need to know how to deal with that, right? In the real world, you might think, oh, that's never gonna happen to me, but you'll be surprised. And, as Neil said, this project is so great because, they're middle-aged white males. They tend to get and to have the same opinions as middle-aged white males. It's very interesting for them as well to see the difference and to get used to it, because 10 years ago there weren't these many ladies, and now there are, so they need to get their hand around that. So this is why we're gonna have the session with Anna on Thursday. She's prepping for like 2 weeks, so I'm really curious on how she's gonna talk about these things with us. And then we're gonna have a session from Janet Robb. I'm sure you heard about her. Unfortunately, she wasn't available to be in any of our courses because she's a very, very busy lady. She's always traveling like 200-300 countries every week. She's got a very, very demanding job. However, she will hold a session on how to deal with client-side clients. So how to be client-focused, how to be towards user adoption, how to deal with clients in general. So that's something that she's gonna, teach in the following lessons. Right. So that's it for me. I'm gonna hand it over to Daniela, who's gonna present us the business process flow presentation tonight. No, we can't really hear, or I can't really hear you. Can you guys hear her?
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Is it just me? No, breaking up.
Is it better now?
Say something.
Try again, Daniela.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, it is slightly breaking, but I can hear you at least. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not sure why. Because I can hear myself well, I can hear you all well, but it must be me then, it's my connection.
Do you want to go out and come back again? Maybe that will help.
Okay, yeah, I'll try again. I'll do that. Go out and come back.
Let's try.
Yeah.
Traveling on sound, yeah, because so she's got a really interesting presentation. We did some prep yesterday, and I'm sure all of you will find it very interesting. By the way, Anya, thank you for joining this session. I know you've been really ill this week, and I'm hoping you'll feel better really soon. So anytime you feel ready
Can you hear me now better?
Sorry?
Any better now?
I think it's a little bit better.
Oh. Okay. Do you think I should start?
Let's try and bring the bandwidth lower. And if you close your video camera, then maybe you'll focus more on the sound. That was the techie out of me, troubleshooting. Yeah, so if you close your camera, it might work better on the sound.
Yeah. Is it better now? I couldn't hear you well either.
Yes,
It
it's
was breaking up for
today.
you.
Yeah,
Is it
little...
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little bit better now. Yes.
Because now I can't see you really well either now, Anna, and the connection is quite bad now. It was better before. I'm not sure what's going on. Better sound without the
video, yes. So try and share your screen. Let's see if we can do this.
Okay. right? Okay. Right. We're going to here. Before I'll start. Okay, this is my 1 second. Sorry. This is my diagram that I want to show you today. And I want to say a few words. My husband and I, we've always been interested in opening our own business, and we've done quite a bit of research, especially my husband. And since Anna, when she has asked us to do a presentation on a subject that we've studied, business process flows, for me it made sense. I wanted to know exactly what a business process flow looked like in Dynamics 365 and how it will work for a business, like for a real business. And so that's why this is what made me choose the subject, even though it's such a big subject. I wanted to find out a bit more about it. So in this diagram that you can see here on the screen, it starts from the buyer, which is the lead, and our buyer, our lead, it's a normal customer, which will go to my baby clothes shop, which is my business idea. It's an online shop which which I want to open. And these are the steps here: customer need, add products, and then so on. The stages and the steps that I'm going to show you how I'm going to add in Dynamics 365 Designer. And I wanted to show you first the diagram so you could understand how it does look all together as a bigger picture. It's quite helpful to draw this before you actually go into the Dynamics 365 because it's easier to see exactly how your business would look like. For me, I wanted to know how a normal a client will how his experience looks like in the Dynamics 365 system. Right, so I'm going to go into now, let's see here, sorry, going back here, dashboards, okay. I'm going to my CRM, to my trial. We're going to settings. Here we go into solutions because we're going to build business process flow in my solution. Here. Right, we go into processes. And I've already started the business process flow, so which my idea of business, baby clothes sale process, which at the moment you've seen it's in a draft stage. Okay, so I've already added 2 stages. You can see from my diagram, the first stage was customer need. Because my online baby clothes shop has, all sorts of clothes, obviously we need to identify the customer need. And then I'll quickly go into details and show you what steps I've added. I've added some, I wanted to know about some information about my buyer, his need, and some description here. So if you click on each step, you'll see the step name, the data field, contact, and this step I wanted to be required. So it's mandatory. So when the user will fill in the information, he'll have to fill this information before going forward into the business process flow. And to save the information, to move forward, we'll click apply. Right, the need, as you can see here, description. Right. On my second stage, add products. So my client, his first state. He was a lead, isn't it? He came into my store, and then when he started looking at products, he became an opportunity. Yeah, I've identified his need, and then he started adding products. And then I've added some steps here. Estimated revenue. Once he's added some products, he's interested in, let's say, 3 dresses or few jumpers. Then we can estimate the revenue. We can see roughly how much will cost all his items he chose. We'll confirm the products, and then we'll have a description of the product. Right. So I'll go back to my diagram here. So we've done the first 2 steps, the customer need and the add products. And I'm going to go to do now a condition, because if our customer, which is a good customer because we have all these details and his email address, and we know a bit about him because he buys from us quite often. If he buys more than 50, his products cost more than £50, we'll give him a high discount. If he buys less than £50, we'll give him a low discount. So we need to some way show this into Dynamics 365 into our business process flow. So I'm going back to my in the business process flow designer here, and we're going to add now a condition. So we're going to components here. I want to show how you do a condition because it's quite, important. We're using the drag and drop feature. So we'll put it here. So our condition will be estimated revenue, as you can see from the diagram. As you've seen from the diagram, so we'll add here estimated revenue, to be higher than 50. So field will be here. So estimated revenue. If it's greater than, we'll leave value and we'll add £50 because that's what we've decided on, £50. Right, and then we'll apply this. Right. So estimated revenue has to be, if it's greater than £50, then what we said we're going to give him a high discount. So then we're going to apply it. Yes, okay. Components, we're going to add a stage in here. So we're going to give him a high discount. That's what we decided. Yeah. So this stage here is we are in the close. We're in the closed category, and the display name will be, we've said high discount. Okay. Entity opportunity. Yes, we're still in the opportunity. Apply. So each stage will have to have at least one step. First one generated here by our system. So we'll just put here estimated estimated revenue. I'll just name this one high discount, and then it will be estimated revenue. Okay. Um, okay. And then we'll add another stage, but this time to apply components, another stage here. And this will be a low discount. Low discount. And category will be into close, opportunity, entity, apply. And we add, yes, already we have the steps. We need to add because it's still estimated revenue. We're given a discount, but until we go to edit basket and close, we don't know for sure if that's the end revenue. That's the last estimated. Here. Said step name, low discount. I'm going to call it low discount. Only this required. Apply. And let me go back to our high discount here. And to our stage, high discount. Yeah, I need this required. Apply. Right, we've done this now. So condition is if we have if the revenue is higher than 50, then we give our customer a high discount, and if it's less than 50, we'll give him a low discount. Okay. Our next step in our diagram will be edit the basket and close, and then we'll close the opportunity as one. We're going back here. Right. I'm not sure if you can see very well. Can you all see my screen very well?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Right. I'm going to minimize it here. Okay. Right. So next stage will be now edit basket and close. Right. New stage. Edit basket and close. Category here will be close and opportunity entity. Yes. Apply. Okay, we're going to add a few steps in here as well. Step is going to be called so estimated after the discount. Either he had a high discount or low discount. We're going to put in here estimated revenue required. Apply. Okay, we're going to add another step, and this step is going to be let's have a look. I want to call this decide go no go. Our customer can always change his mind about the products he selected, and it happened to me, probably to you, so many times when you go to the end of the business process flow, because that's what you've done. You've selected products, you've gone through, in our case, for discount, if you had a low or high discount, depending on the total amount of your products. you might change your mind. You might decide, oh, I haven't got, my budget is not this high, so I will then I will go back to my business process flow, and then we'll go back here to the adding product stage where I can add more products if I want to, or I can take some products out of my basket because I've realized I haven't got that much money, that budget for what I've selected in the first place. So decide go, no go. If I'm going to keep all the products that I've selected, and then this field I want to be required, I will apply, and then my last step in here is going to be a description of the products that I've selected. Okay, description, and this one doesn't have to be required. I'll apply. Okay. Right. Where are we now into my diagram? So we've added the basket and closed the opportunity. So opportunity as 1. So we've selected, we are nearly at the end of our business process flow. Now we have to place the order. So all the items are in the basket.
Sorry to interrupt you, but don't forget to tie that no branch into your next stage, because otherwise you will stop there.
So this one here.
Yeah. Or at least I think you will act that way. If you know better, don't do it. But I think you will stop there. Otherwise, if you don't tie it to your close opportunity, edit basket and close.
Okay. Yes, because I should have. Yes, I should have gone on this way here on the low discount, isn't it?
You did very well, but see if you can tie them together. That's all.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm going to go with my last 2 stages. I've got the order and closing the order. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do.
There's a connector thingy.
That's true. Let's connect here. Connect a valid component to another valid component on the canvas. I'm not sure if I can drag this. I'll try now. Okay.
I'm just guessing, but can you select a component and then see if you can select your connector?
Okay. No, it doesn't show.
Sorry, it was a guess.
No, thank you very much. No, any help? That's what happens in a live demo. So we just.
That's what happens in live demos. I don't know how to do that either, by the way. I would have to try it also, so it's okay. you can carry on, and then we'll think about it as you do.
Right. Okay. Yes, because the process here, it's it should have gone into with a high discount, isn't it? Connected to it somehow. Right. I will add the last 2 stages, so we don't lose any time. So my last 2 stages were the all order. So okay, new stage here. We'll call it. Into my closed category, and display name will be order, and the entity will be order this time. Yep. Right. Apply. You see there's a relationship here. Right. I'm going to add some steps in here as well. First step will be we need to we need to issue a bill to our customer. So we'll choose bill to contact name because we have all his details in the system. We know his address. We know his preferences because he's a regular customer. So bill to contact name, and we want this field required because it's important. Okay. Another step in here as well. Second step will be right. So we need data fulfilled. So we need to know, isn't it, when we going to deliver these items. And we want this one. We don't need this necessarily required. Apply. Another step in here. And I'll choose this one. Okay. We'll choose data submitted. Okay. Apply. Because our business process flows, the ones that I'm presenting to you, it has multiple entities. It starts from the opportunity. In our case, I know on the diagram I showed you from the lead, but in the Dynamics 365 Designer, it starts from the opportunity, and then it ends with the order entity. So when this happens, when we have like a multi-entity business process flow, then each entity will have his own business process flow, and this is very important. The more entities we have, the more processes we'll have. That's what happens. So we'll have a process in place for each entity. Right. So the last stage now will be we're closing the opportunity. We're closing the order here. A new stage will be category close, and stage will be close. Entity order. Right. Usually, when the order is closed, we normally would receive an email, isn't it? Confirmation email. Sometimes a thank you note. So I'll see. I'll choose this one in here. If we have an email, we'll put confirmation email. And here we'll put email address. Right. It's very sometimes it's very awkward because we can't find in the data field we can't find the corresponding field that we want for our step name, which I found was quite, as I said, quite hard sometimes to find the equivalent. Right, so this is not required. Apply, and I'll see if I can find a thank you note. Would be nice to get one. If you can't find one, we'll delete. It's not necessary, but it's nice to receive a thank you note. especially from a company from where you buy quite often. Doesn't look as if I do. No, so we don't have this field, I'm afraid. I can put it here. Thank you. And here just put email address again. We get the thank you in our email address. Right, apply. Try and fit it to our canvas. It does look quite small, you can't see it, so I will enlarge it for you. Okay, going back to our condition here.
Yeah, you can do it. So you have to go on to your opportunity discount and select it, click on it, click on opportunity allow discount, sorry.
Discount, yeah.
Click, then go to connector, click on connector up.
It's working now.
Yeah, click connect.
Yes, connect, yes.
Yeah, and click on the second point when it says where it says second point, opportunity edit basket and close. Click there.
1 second, this one here.
Yeah.
Second point.
Yeah. No. You had to click on the box. So do it again.
Sorry, apologize. Okay. I'm seeing like
Don't apologize. Okay.
I know. That's how I am, you know.
Go to connect.
Okay, so we'll do it again.
Click on that. Go to connector.
Connector, yeah. Connect, and then on this one here, on the box.
Yeah, on that one.
Great, fantastic. Thank you, Anna. You learn something every day. Every time.
Yeah, I sneakily Googled it before you. So yeah, so we learned how to do it. Well, yay for us.
That's how you learn, by actually doing it. And sometimes things like this have to happen kind of to learn it the hard way. Right. You can see here on the left corner here the map that I was telling you last time. So you can navigate when you have a big business process flow like this one, a long one. It's easy if you just navigate from here. You can see click and then goes forward and backwards. And then it if you click the snapshot I was telling you last time, it will take you and show you how it looks like, looking more like a picture. Come on. There you are. How it looks like now. You can see this way it's easier. And you can also print it if you wanted to. Right.
Can I quickly say something that you can't do? So the snapshot thing is really cool when you have to present it to clients. However, when the clients want to see the snapshots, they normally want to see their fields as well. So they want to see the whole stages so that I can present it to their, to their teams. And that you can't do. So you can only expose the stages when you click on the steps, sorry, when you click on one stage, but you can't leave all of them open so that your client has better visibility. So that was, I don't know what Microsoft was thinking about when they did that functionality, but it's truly awful when you've got a process of like 10 steps, or 10 stages, and each stage has like 6-7 steps, and you can't really, give them a diagram of it. So that sucks basically.
No, that's true. Yeah, going back to my diagram here, you can see it's how it looks like. And then I need to go back into my business process flow here. And I need to validate, isn't it? I need to validate the business process flow to see whether I've got any errors before I activate it. So I'll validate it, validation successful, great. So I'm going to, I'll save it as well, just to make sure nothing, don't lose any information. Order process flow. I'm going to go in here as well because I want to make this one. I want to choose it as a first. When I go to opportunity, this business process flow should come up as first. So basic close, and I'm going to do this as. So it's going to come. Hopefully, it's going to come up. It should come up as my opportunity form. Okay. Because I've saved it against the opportunity, and I'm going to activate it. Okay. Okay, activate so everybody can see it now. Right. I'm going to close this. Right. Yeah. Sorry, I want to go back into my instance. Okay. So this time we're going back into sales. We're going back to opportunities, and I want to open. So I'm opening the opportunities, and I want to create a new opportunity. Right. Right. So you can see what I've in my business process flow, the one that I've selected to come up as first in my opportunities, in my opportunity entity, it has come up in here as well. Customer need, add products, low discount, edit basket, close order, and close in here. So products, and you should have all the steps in here. Low discount. Obviously, there's some mandatory. Some of them you can't progress. They won't reveal their steps until you actually complete all the steps in the business process. So that's how it looks like in as a new opportunity. So when I have a new customer that it's interested in my products, I can add his details in here, his need, and then I can add his products. So that's how it's looking in our system. Thank you very much. If you have any questions.
That was brilliant. Thank you. Can I ask one question?
Of course, yeah.
You know the screen that we're looking at now, you know how you can see low discount after you add products?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to put in products that were for more than £50, would that change to high discount? I honestly don't know this. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, I haven't actually gone to fill in all the fields to add products myself to see whether, but I assume that's what the logic is. It will show the low discount because that's the one.
Let's try it.
Yeah, go on, go for it.
I'll guide you through it.
Okay, right.
Put the
Okay.
topic in first, because otherwise you can't save the field. Put the topic in the form. So the form is first. So always the form is first and the process is second. So put the topic in. For example, I don't know, someone wants to buy clothes.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Here. Yeah.
There.
Put interested in baby clothes because that's what my shop is, isn't it? Baby clothes. Yeah. Okay.
What else do you have mandatory? That's it?
I think that's it.
Okay, save this one.
Oh, you mean to save it, isn't it? Should I add?
No, don't add anything. Just save it. It's in the yeah, there.
Right.
It's saved.
Yeah, interested in clothes. Oh, okay.
Just wait for it. And now you have to in the button, right?
Well, 1 second, Anna. It's gone back. I don't know what's happened here.
Oh, I think you've said new, possibly.
Did I?
It's
Now?
just again.
Okay. Save once. And be patient to up. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
And
Okay.
now in the buyer.
Right. I'll just add anybody, to be honest, just for the sake, for the purpose of this, demo. I'll
Yeah.
add anybody. I need. Okay. He must have.
Yes.
Choosing.
So they want something that's a must-have, and then put in something that what's a must-have for a baby, because I don't know. I don't have babies.
Yes. They've got lots of stuff they need. We'll just put baby.
Clothes. They need socks, for example.
Okay. Baby socks.
Because I need socks. They must do.
They're not very expensive, so.
I can imagine. Cool.
So just from baby socks. But we'll just put baby socks for this for the time being. Okay. Next stage, yeah. So I've filled in all the. Okay. Add
Cool.
products
So
now.
now what we can see is that she's got the description already. So that's very good. She's got the description, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
So
can see in the estimated revenue.
okay. So add products. Let me see.
You don't really, so you need products, but you can also overwrite it as well. So your revenue is user provided. So if it was system calculated, you weren't able to enter and you had to add products.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
But in our case, because it's user provided, you can just do it just to see what happens.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So estimated revenue, should we put £50?
No, let's put more than 50 to see the stage changing.
Yes, to see whether 55?
Just let's buy £100 worth of socks.
Oh my gosh, okay. Okay.
Cool.
Next stage.
Let's see if it works. Yay!
Oh, it's working. Yes, it's working. It's got a logic. So high discount, got a high discount.
That's made
Right.
my night, that has.
That's good. And mine. Okay.
You can't,
Okay.
you can't click on next because you didn't say that you've confirmed products, and that's a mandatory field. So it's put yes by default, but you have to manually go in there and choose yes. So in this case, choose no, and then yes again. Okay, cool. And then next stage. Let's see if it works.
Require steps before. Okay, what steps are those?
Just put no, whatever. It is an out of the box field. I don't know the behavior exactly. It doesn't matter. Cool. So it says, you've got a high discount because it's £100. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've decided to go in the end with the product. Yes. Okay. Obviously, it's not this easy because you have to add products and discounts, and we'll just do.
It's stupid. It only accepts no. Go and put no.
Why is this?
Because it's got,
Oh,
an option set, and if the way this works, so the mandatory fields, they only recognize when you change the value. If your default value is yes, for example, it thinks that you haven't changed the value. So that's why you can't select the offer. As you said in your diagram, you have to close the opportunity as well.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
That's how you have to do. And unless you have the process with order and close on the order, this won't show up on your order.
Okay.
So this presentation is actually very good. So you know, Daniela showed us how to do a condition, and we've seen that even though it's drag and drop, it's not that easy. She showed us how to do mandatory fields, and we've seen that, you know, unless we have really good skills with regards to how our fields show up, we won't be able to do those properly. And she's also showed us that, you know, going through two entities, when you go to your first entity, you can go through it, but for your second entity, you're gonna have to build the process as well for your second entity. Go ahead and close as you want, please. This opportunity. The buttons. It's
Okay.
new.
Are you breaking up, Anna? Sorry, I didn't get what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you please close as one?
Close as one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I have to select that. Yeah. That's what I've done.
Okay, and click OK. So as I presented last time, this will create an order for us because we said, oh, okay, so this opportunity is one now. So this will create an order. So if we had the process on the order as well, we would be able to, try going to the next stage now. Yeah. And click select order.
Okay.
So now we have an order because we've just now zero available, so it doesn't know. So the thing with this business process flows, I wrote it in my article as well, but it's good to know. It's the same with lead to opportunity and opportunities to sell process flow, which is the out of the box one. You have the fields and the steps on opportunity or on lead, actually, in that, rather in our case. So we have the steps in the lead, and then we have all of the steps for the opportunity to see it, and then we have the whole opportunity. I'm only gonna take like 1 minute to show you that. Thank you very much, Daniela. That was really brilliant, and you know, we did some troubleshooting live, which is really cool. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Okay.
Anybody?
Yeah, I can see yours.
Yeah, you can see mine. Okay. So let me just try and log into my just to
No, I
see.
can't see Anna.
You can't see it. Okay then.
That's better.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have to log into my. I think it's better if I go incognito. Let's see. Maybe I've got it open. I always have one open. Oh, do you know what? This one's okay. So if we go, this is another, obviously, this is another CRM. But if I go settings, come on, work. No, didn't work. Yeah, processes. All processes. So I'll have loads of processes in here. All processes. Right, so if we go into the out of the box one, we can see lead to opportunity sales process. I'm gonna open this one to see what I'm trying to show you. Oh, this is so slow. I'm so sorry. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. Right, so we've got lead qualify with all of the steps. And then we've got opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. So we've got 3 steps on the 3 stages on the opportunity and 1 stage on the lead, right? And then we qualify the lead and we go to the opportunity, and the opportunity has their own steps. Very similar to what Daniela had. She had opportunities, 3 stages, and then she had order. But very interesting here, we can see we've got another process that's called opportunity sales process. So with this opportunity sales process, what we're gonna do is we're gonna observe the fact that we've got these stages on the opportunity as well. So it's exactly the same thing. I think I closed the other one. Right, so let's see if I can do this. Yeah. I have both of them. Right. So you can see here, it's exactly the same. So we're doing exactly the same thing, right? For both of the business process flows. It's exactly the same steps, and then exactly the same steps here. So why is it happening like this is because each form for each entity, they need to have the business process flow defined. So when we have a 2-entity business process flow, we have to define it on both entities, otherwise it won't work. So we have to duplicate our work all the time. Imagine if we have 5 entities. So if you have 5 entities, you've got 5 processes altogether. And then all of the sudden, you know, CRM says, oh, you can do 5 entities and 10 business process flows per entity. But if you've got 5 entities, if you've got 1 business process flow for 5 entities, all of the sudden, all these entities have -1 business process flow that they can use. So you have to be very mindful of that, because I've done for 3 or 4 business process flows. And even when you have to change one field, just one field, and the client asks you, oh, what's the big deal? We just need to change one field. We need to let them know, no, because I have to change that field for like 4 business process flows, because it will be on each entity, and that's the only way it works. So it will take me like half a day. That's the deal with this. Okay, it's very good for estimating to be aware how these things work. Yeah, complicated? A little bit?
A bit.
A bit. We'll get used to it. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. I think your presentation was awesome. It was very, very good. Next time, we're going to do questions. So what we're studying on is sales territory and currencies and how they affect everything, right? And I'm going to send you the links to DLP for you guys to do a revision on that. And then on Tuesday, what we're going to do, we're going to take questions, both Neil and I, and Kerry's going to do an account and contact presentation.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Daniela.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Daniela. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
It
you.
was good.
Have a
Thank
good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Really good presentation, Daniela. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
you. Very good.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.